Dun 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 dun. Hey, time to try something totally new. I never ever make videos without putting my camera in a tripod, but I'm gonna do it today just because it's something different. This is not what I intend to do in the future. But the last video I had some focus issues and I'm just like, whatever, over it. Okay, here we go. With the camera in my hand and no tripod. I don't know how this is gonna work out. This is the, now focus, Longprimer Sovereign Reference Purple Highland Goatskin Special Purchase. Also, I got a pocket concordance again, because why not? Paid by credit card, so I don't have to pay the international fee on my debit card, which you shouldn't use your debit card anyway if you can avoid it. Much better to do credit card, it's safer. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, marked down to 160. I want to say these are like 200 normally for the 63s. And as many of you will know, they were marked down because they had issues with the way that the art gilt was applied. So this is supposed to be, they're trying to market it as unique and special, and there are only, I guess, maybe 60 of them. But I'm a little concerned that it's gonna just be really messed up. I don't know. As I'm making this, there's one on eBay for like $1,000, which, I mean, you know, people are gonna do stuff like that, whatever. If you buy something for that price, I think, I don't know, I don't want to get into that controversy, so I'll just leave it. But this is why we don't do videos with the camera in one hand, because hello tape, I'll be back. Welcome back. So I just had to cut out there so I could get the tape off, because, you know, I have big hands, but my manual dexterity is not that developed yet. So this is another little concordance. I showed it in my last video. They're awesome. I guess I can try to pop it out. Seriously. I recently was told, I don't know 100%, but I was told that the Brevier Clarendon wide margin doesn't have a concordance, so this would be something that you might want to order with that if you go that route. Anyway, very small, very thin paper, very awesome. Yay. That is not why we are here today. And I'm just gonna keep making cuts until I get what I want to show you. 63P Longprimer 7 KJV Reference Bible, Purple Highland Goatskin Concordance, first edition. I have no idea if this is gonna be worth money someday. I wanted it because it's purple under gold. So let's see. One-handed. Look at the brutal YAPP on that. You see that? Actually, maybe you don't see it, but you're about to, okay? Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to. That's what I was born to do. Let me get this white paper off so you can feast your eyes on this purple Bible. That is what we call, I don't know if they call it a full YAPP. Maybe they call it a semi-YAPP, but that's beyond a full YAPP. I can't remember what they actually say, but you can see that it's touching, and then there's even more beyond that. So Charfleet gave you plenty of leather to work with. This is kind of a brutal YAPP. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. Okay, I haven't opened it up yet. The moment of truth. First of all, it's purple and looking luscious. Nice thick cover. Beautiful grain on the Highland Goatskin. Natural grain, not stamped. Thank you very much. I like that. I was saying to somebody in a forum or on a thread the other day that, you know, the stamped grain in like I forget what it's called, a river goatskin or whatever it is, like that's fine, but I just figure if I'm gonna go for something natural over synthetic, I want the grain to be natural and not synthetic as well. But call me crazy. It's just an opinion. So, big old Bible. So good, so far so good. You can see sorry about the shadows. Double gilt line there and there. Looking good so far. Oh wow, it's really well centered. I've said this before, but I think they put their best people at Charfleet on these KJVs. Yeah, it's really nicely centered. Okay, and here it says Allan first edition. And I've heard Bo Tate say in his videos that that's kind of like I forget what he called it. Like that's their first try kind of thing. Like these are often not the best ones, and that may very well be, but it seems like sometimes they end up being worth more. I don't know. I'm not trying to buy Bibles to sell them, but it's interesting. And if it's true that there are only 60 of these, that's kind of a special thing, but they didn't sell very fast. So one of the things they said on the Bible's Direct, or on their Facebook, I suppose, Allan, was that the art gilt kind of shows red through the purple, and I thought that sounds pretty cool. So let's see. First of all, the actual gold gilding looks good. It's hard to really get a good look at it without the use of both hands. This is probably the last time I'll do a video like this. It's driving me nuts. Hopefully not driving you nuts, but yeah, the gold gilding looks pretty good, so that's happy. I'm just gonna pop it open to a page. Ooh. Oh, I don't see the problem here. I don't know what's going on. It looks kind of normal so far. I suppose if I look really carefully, I can maybe find some pages with bleeding. But first thing, I will get the ribbons out, let them breathe a bit. And while I'm doing that, you can see the Bible. So there you go. As I try to hold the camera steady and put you to sleep with my boring voice. Nice long ribbons, I love that. It seems Charfleet really is generous with the ribbon. You can always cut it longer, you know. So, okay, so here's something. It's a little darker. It's such a minor thing though. It's a little darker and it seems like there's some bleeding here with the art gilt. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what's going on there. Let's find out. So we get here to the back, it's suddenly a darker purple, right? But so far, I'm not really seeing anything that would cause me to... Well, here we go. Here's the whole thing from this side. Looks nice, looks pretty even. And if we go this way, I'm gonna pull it back a bit. It also looks pretty good. I think I can sort of see a little bit of reddish pink hue, but it's very much a purple, and I like that. I don't have a problem with it, and I'm just really happy with this. So I don't know. Let's kind of check for some bleed. A lot of times that will be in the early pages. The presentation pages seem to be okay. Always, you know, when you buy, especially when you buy an expensive Bible, do check it to see if there are any issues. Just make sure it's centered. That's no big deal. Make sure there's the stamping on the spine is centered and the book block is centered in the cover. Make sure that it's not separating here, you know. Just, you know, go over it and then kind of go through it. I bought my 53C, which is the same colorway, at a discount because of art gilt bleed, and this has far less than that. So I don't know. I think I got one of the good ones because this is really... I don't see a problem here at all. Literally the only issue I could see, which isn't much of an issue at all, is the purple does get a little darker in the map section, basically. I'll show you that again. I'm not being like wicked thorough, but can you see how it's just a little bit darker? I mean, that is not an issue for me. I'm super happy with this. I'm amazed. I'm really glad that I took the plunge on it. And I'll just flip through a little bit more. I'm not trying to go into too much detail about what this is, but I guess I can try. I believe this is a 38 GSM paper, wicked opaque, as you can see. Well, as I hope that you can see. And there's a bit of margin space for writing notes if that's what you're into. Not planning on writing notes in this. And this has no italics, which is one of the turnoffs for me. I like to have the italics for the provided words by the translators, but okay. It does have the translator's notes as well as a lot of references. I want to say like 100,000, and it's a chain reference system, so that's very cool. And then it's not the Cyclopedic Concordance. They didn't make a 63 or haven't made a 63 with that, but still, even so, there's so much reference material in these Bibles. It's nuts. Let's see if I can just give you an idea here. So here's the end of the Bible proper, and then we've got this much more. That's quite a lot indeed. That could be a thin line Bible by itself. So you've got a dictionary of proper names, a subject index, and concordance. I mean, obvious stuff. Of course, it's sewn, it's leather lined, It is a slightly lighter tone of purple, so I appreciate that. I always like a bit of contrast between the liner and the cover, so that's good. Double gilt line is nice. It's really nicely centered. I'm a fan of that. And I haven't checked the spine yet properly, but in my last video I did a stupid thing and I looked for Samson, as I always do in the concordance, and I failed to recognize the fact that because Samson is Samson, he's going to be in the proper names and not in the concordance. So yay, there it is. So you've got your proper names, and then a subject index, and then standard concordance, which is, you know, I mean, look at all this. You're around 100. How many pages? And they're really nice maps too. So around 250 pages there. And then the maps are very nice. The colors are nice. It's on matte paper and yummy. There's an index for the maps. And then in the back, you've got loads of lined paper to write love letters in church. So fantastic. I'm really so happy with this. Allan hooked me up this time. It's perfect. I mean, it's just, this is awesome. Maybe I should sell it on eBay for $1,001, because the one on eBay that I know about has some art gilt bleed, and I didn't see any in this. Okay, here's something else that I love. I love it when there's like really defined grain patterns in the spine. Look at that. This is a winner. This is a winner. And the spine appears to be centered. I'm gonna go read this. Love you, bye. Thank you for watching. Highland goat skin. So good. It's just really, there ain't nothing wrong with this one. I must have done, I don't know. I'm really happy with this. Yay! Actually, as I make this, there might even still be some of these available, so it might be worth it to look on Bibles Direct. And, okay, I found a flaw. I found a flaw. There was going to be something, right? If you look here, this, it's hard to see it, need more light, is not perfectly straight. There's kind of a little bit of a wave happening there. And I didn't show the corners either. I'm just fine with Charfleet corners. I'm fine with that corner. I'm fine with that corner, you know, as long as they're relatively uniform around the Bible, and these are, I'm good. But this is pretty well done. There's just, it's hard to show it, but there's a little bit of a, can I make it so you can see it better? Yeah, you can see that it's not perfectly straight along there, but that's just pretty minor. I'm over it. But anyway, I'm really happy with this. And oh, I also wanted to check to see how well the ribbons are installed. They're not, you can see here, they're not stacked. So that's good. They're not twisted. That's good. These ribbons are really good. Let me close it to get a better look. And there you go. It's more shadows. I mean, yeah, they're more towards the front, but I mean, most people don't use the ribbons for the concordance and the references and stuff, so, or not the references, but the reference material in the back. So I'm looking at the top, and it is showing a little bit of like a, I mean, how can I explain this? I mean, you saw it. So here's the bottom. It seems more uniform. The top has a little bit of odd marking. I wish that were on the bottom rather than the top, because nobody would see it, but I mean, whatever. So there is something, there's a flaw in this one. It's gold, but it's like, let me get the focus going here. The sheen is not the same. So that's like the one thing pretty much about this Bible, and that's kind of a bummer. But I don't think there's really anything that can be done about it. When you look at it like this though, it still looks quite nice. And then when you try to look at the art gilt, it seems like it's fairly evenly applied. There's a little bit of a issue happening there, so I can see how that could be. Maybe they've all got something like this, but overall, the one thing, if this were on the bottom, that would be nice. But most of the time, you know, especially when you're, I mean, the person who's going to look at your Bible the most obviously is you, not other people. You're not trying to go to church and see how much you can make people envious or whatever. Even if you, I don't know, but this is the part that I'm most concerned about usually. You know, so if I buy a Bible and it's got scratches on the gilt, I always hope that it's here or on the top. And so anyway, I'm glad that I took a little extra time to show. It's not perfect, but it's pretty dang nice. So thank you for watching once again, and I'm really done this time. Bye-bye. It's not red letter. See? Okay. Sayonara. Ooh, P.S. This has the epistle dedicatory, but it doesn't have the translator's note to the reader, in case you were wondering. So, yay. What an awesome, beautiful Bible. And the YAPP, I showed you here how it's like way beyond a full YAPP. But it's like way beyond a full YAPP. So much extra. And that's on the top and the bottom, it touches and there's a bit more, but on the end, on the edge here, it's just like, it's pretty mega, pretty close to mega YAPP. Look at that. So if you don't like YAPP, you probably won't like this Bible. Bye-bye. Maybe it'd be more like this. Bye-bye. See you later. I don't think a King James Bible, a sovereign especially, would talk like that. It'd be more like, what would it say? Fare thee well. I don't have any idea. I'm stupid. Okay, bye. That was extra.